Hello guys, Omni here. We finally have Chapter 8, Episode 8, the season finale of Season 1 of Disney Plus's The Mandalorian. I have adored this show up until this point. I really, absolutely love this. And I feel like, at least as far as Star Wars goes in recent, this recent time period that we're in, I feel like this is the most unanimous Star Wars fans have been on a show for a long time, or just any kind of live action material related to Star Wars. And that's the most refreshing thing about coming into the show, is that generally the responses have been positive to this, and I've been really enjoying it. And despite, what's been going on with the Rise of Skywalker, however your opinion is on that, hopefully we can come back and enjoy this all together without too much fuss. And I really hope we get a good close on that cliffhanger we got at the end of the last episode. I really want to see this come through, and so we're going to be diving into this episode without further ado, and we'll get hopefully picked up and going into it, and then we'll talk a little bit about the season as a whole once the episode has wrapped. So here we go. Oh, oh! I hope he dies a horrible, horrible death.
Just touched down and already took out a squad of local troopers.
Did he just say that Gideon killed his own men? These guys like to lay down the law when they first arrive in a town, you know how it is.
Leave him alone!
Can I see it? Did you not just hear that Moff Gideon killed a dozen of his own troopers just to make a point? Okay, I get that point. Do you get the point? Yes, I get the point. Okay.
This is like kind of how I imagine the Scout Troopers just pass time. It reminds me of Red versus Blue in a way. Oh my god. They can't hit it. This is a little much. Maybe it's their blasters. Maybe that's it.
That thing some water? You just want to look at it. So what? You got to see it? Barely. I mean, I grabbed it up off the ground and I stuffed it in this sack. It's more than I got to see it. Look, I'm not taking it out.
What is this conversation? This seems like a parody of Star Wars right now.
Okay, look. Here you go. See? Take a peek.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh. Oh!
You're right.
No! Stop it! Yes! Oh. Holy... Yes! That's what you freaking get. God! Screw those two! Redemption. Alright, let's see how this goes.
The Mandalorians have a covert down in the sewers. If we can get down there, they can help us escape.
Get out of the way!
Your astute panic suggests that you understand your situation. I would prefer
Oh god.
to avoid
I
any
love
further
him.
violence. Members of my escort have completed assembly of an E-Web heavy repeating blaster. I am sure that Republican shock trooper Caracinthia Dune of Alderaan will advise you that she has witnessed many
Oh,
of her
wow.
most
He knows exactly who's here.
Or perhaps the decommissioned Mandalorian hunter, Din Djarin, has heard
Oh!
the songs of the siege of Mandalore.
What?
When gunships outfitted with similar ordnance.
He knows his real name?
Of Mandalorian
Who is this guy?
in the night.
It's Moff Gideon. He knew my name.
So, what does that prove?
I haven't heard that name spoken since I was a child.
On Mandalore?
I was not born on Mandalore.
But you're a Mandalorian.
Mandalorian isn't a race.
It's a creed.
It's a creed. This show gets just crazier as it goes. I freaking love it. Gosh, all this looks so good. I mean, at least this kind of shows how the droids are effective against people that, aren't clone troopers or Jedi. All right, are we gonna find out how he got saved? Oh. Oh, wow. Nice. I wonder if that's anyone we know. I mean, it's during the Clone Wars. It's possible. Oh, gosh.
was a foundling. I was treated as one of their own. The only record of my family name was in the registers of Mandalore. Moff Gideon was an ISB officer during the Purge.
That's how he knows who we all are.
He says he means the child got away safely, but if they'd captured the kid, we'd already be dead. Come in, Queel.
Queel has been terminated.
Oh.
What did you do?
I am fulfilling my base function.
Which is?
To nurse and protect.
Oh, come on, IG. Holy crap, man. Dude, I love IG. Oh, nice one. Holy crap. God. Oh, this is badass. Oh. Can he hold that? I guess he can. Oh, shoot. What? They're a little open at this point. He got shot, got a headshot if that mattered at all. Oh. Mandalorians, come save him again. Please. Honestly, I have no idea how Grief is and, you know, Kaputski's here.
Burn them out.
She was undercover. He's got Beskar. Droid's armored. And I guess he's just got plot armor. But whatever. The baby's safe.
Can you do anything to move the
All kinds of badass.
I'm not gonna make it. Go.
Oh.
You make sure the child is safe. Here, when you get to the Mandalorian covert, you show them that, and they'll help you.
We can make it.
I mean, he's shooting season 2, so
Let's go.
he better survive this. Unless that's all a prequel. Season 2's all in the past. Oh, wait. Baby Yoda can heal. Forgot about that. Oh! Dude, heck yeah!
Escape and protect this child. I will stay with the Mandalorian.
Promise me you'll bring him.
You have my word.
I'd rather you kill me than some imp.
I told you, I am no longer a hunter. I am a nurse droid. I need to remove your helmet if I am to save you.
No living thing has seen me without my helmet since I swore the creed.
I am not a living thing.
There's a good little loophole.
This is a Bacta spray. You have suffered damage to your central processing unit.
Central processing
You
unit.
mean my brain?
That was a joke.
I didn't think we'd see his face until season 2, at least. I mean, are they even still down here?
Do you know which way to go?
Did you? No!
It was not his fault. We revealed ourselves. The Imperials arrived shortly thereafter.
Come with us.
No. I will not abandon this place until I have salvaged what remains. This is the one that you hunted, then saved?
Yes. The one that saved me as well. Its species can move objects with its mind.
The songs of eons past tell of battles between Mandalore the Great and an order of sorcerers called Jedi that fought with such powers. Its kind were enemies, but this individual is not. You must reunite it with its own kind.
You expect me to search the galaxy for the home of this creature and deliver it to a race of enemy sorcerers?
This is the way.
I'm glad somebody in this
Hey.
clan at least knows the history.
Lousy with imps in a matter of minutes.
Mandalore the
Should at least
Great.
discuss this.
You must go. A foundling is in your care. By creed, until it is of age or reunited with its own kind, you are as its father.
The Dadalorian.
This is the way. You have earned your signet.
It's Baby Yoda.
I have one more gift for your journey.
Jetpack. Oh, yes.
Make you complete.
Thank you.
She's awesome. I'd love to see her in action. Maybe we'll get to.
I said, where are they?
Hell yeah. He melted. Oh, she busted his helmet. Holy crap.
This is the lobby. That's it. We're free.
No. No, we're not.
I will eliminate the enemy, and you will escape.
You can't self-destruct. Your base command is to watch the child.
Sadly, there's no scenario where the child is saved in which I survive.
Let's just come up with
Please tell me the child will be safe in your care.
No.
Oh.
I need you.
There's nothing to be sad about. I've never been alive.
I'm not sad.
Yes, you are. I'm a nurse droid. I've analyzed your voice.
What are you doing?
I mean, everything IG did has been just awesome, and it's a good way to go. Oh,
Come on, baby. Do the magic hand thing.
oh, he gonna 1v1 this TIE fighter somehow. Oh, oh, God, this is freaking awesome. I can't help but that no before the thing explodes just remind me of when Hector blew up his wheelchair in Breaking Bad. Oh, sweet. He's got to still be alive, though. He's not done yet. Calling it.
Clerical concerns would be the least of your worries.
Oh,
But you, my friend, you will be welcome back into the guild with open arms.
I'm afraid I have more pressing matters at hand.
oh. Not dead. Jawas are already scrapping it, though. No! Are you kidding? He has it? Oh, I did not think we would see this. Holy Okay, that changes a couple things. All right. So this episode was freaking awesome. I know the season as a whole and the episodes as a whole is a lot shorter than a lot of people were expecting, but I feel like we got a full story here. I enjoyed every bit of this. I think for me personally, episode 2 was the weakest of the season for me personally, but it still was a good episode. I think everything in this season was perfection. You know, it's not like the linear storytelling that we're used to, as far as like each episode picking up exactly where we were, or, you know, everything being tied to the central plot. Everything was building up setup. Everything was setting up to pay off later in the season. And that's just, you know, how storytelling used to be done. It's not, everything's not just kind of hyper focused on like the primary narrative. There's intricacies, there's ways things that set up and tell other stories that also move your primary plot forward. And that's what this did. Because I know a lot of people were talking about how some of these episodes felt like filler, but it's not filler when there is setup there for a payoff later. And every episode had that. Some kind of relevance to what was going to happen or what was happening going forward. One thing we didn't get any kind of resolution too, or maybe it was Gideon. Maybe it was Moff Gideon that was the cloaked figure at the end of episode 5. It was episode 5, right? The gunslinger? Yeah. That ended with that cloaked figure hunting down that Imperial spy, or not spy, that assassin that they were hunting in that episode. Maybe it was Moff Gideon just kind of tracking them. I mean, he knows who Din Djarin is. He knows his real identity. Is he a former Mandalorian, maybe? Is he of Mandalore, or maybe from the planet that Din Djarin was from? I can't remember, because I was just freaking out in the moment, like, if he kind of like touched on that more so. But he's got the freaking Darksaber. Are you kidding me? The signature thing of the Mandalorian culture that defines them as a Mandalore leader. Oh, what was the last time we saw it? Last time we saw it that I can remember is why is her name escaping me right now? Vizsla, the one from Rebels. She has it by the end of that, doesn't she? If I remember right. I still haven't finished Rebels. I've just kind of been picking and piecing up on it, but we haven't seen it since that era, at least as far as I know. Has it been in his possession the entire time? Did he find this recently? Where is this going to go from here? I mean, it ties into the Mandalore that had been a Jedi, and he just now discovered this relationship that the Mandalorians did have with the Jedi. Does he even know anything about the Darksaber? No idea. That's why I love Dave Filoni. He just keeps working in this expanded universe stuff just consistently into everything he's putting out. He loves it. We love it. I love it. And I just want to see more of that. I love that we're getting into this, and that a deep part of this going forward is going to be exploring the Yoda species, whatever that is. Trying to find their homeworld, trying to find out what they are, if there are a people, or if there is a conclave of them out there somewhere, a population of them more than what we know. So much is unknown about them, and, you know, that being the underlying background in this setting of the Mandalorian race, the culture, and all of that, the creed, you know, kind of expanding on the Mandalorian's background, getting Mandalore the Great brought up in this as well was some great touch. The Jedi and their sorcery as being a primary enemy or opposition of the Mandalorians throughout their years. I'm really curious to see how this all pans out in season 2, where this goes from there. Because, I mean, Gideon's still alive. He's got the Darksaber, and he's not going to give up. He's going to keep tracking them. And the Mandalorian doesn't have a team anymore. Overall, this season was great. All the characters that we were introduced to, all the different storylines we got to visit and live through were all just fantastic to me. All of them were great. Bill Burr's episode, I really like that, aside from, you know, Natalia Tina's portrayal of that particular Twi'lek, but I liked everybody in general. Clancy Brown, so many people popping up in this and so many great roles. And I remember just pretty much everything. I feel like so much of this episode in its simplest forms has been really iconic and done a lot of things. I mean, already we have 2 strong quotes from this just first season. You know, "This is the way," or, you know, "I have spoken." And there's just a lot of charm and execution, thought, process, passion in this, bringing this together. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni is a pair that I think can just do Star Wars right and well. And even if it might not be venturing off into experimental territory or doing things like extremely new, it is just so consistent with the world in these different little pockets that we haven't shed a whole lot of light on, because the Jedi always seem to kind of overshadow everything in a lot of the previous Star Wars media that we've seen, at least as far as what is canon. And going forward in this world in this way and exploring it from this outsider's perspective, I think is really great. I love it, especially in this time frame that it's in. How and if this kind of ties into the greater universe, like the First Order or anything like that, what happens with, you know, some of the plot leading up into the Skywalker saga, no idea. This is happening before Force Awakens, so there is some possibility there may be some overlap or some things going on in the background that we'll be able to pay attention to as far as what's going on. And my gosh, the the mother in this, the blacksmith just crushing those stormtroopers was some of the most badass things I have seen in Star Wars. Just crushing those helmets, breaking those stormtrooper helmets with that hammer and just taking them on, blasters and everything. I mean, they're stormtroopers, sure, but like she just shows like how disciplined a long standing and powerful Mandalorian can be. And that was just with those were just with tools, not anything you would consider like a classical weapon of sense. And she just destroyed them. So hopefully that the scrap that was left behind was just some discarded armor and not actually fallen Mandalorians. I know some people fell when they came in there and purged. Hopefully some of them didn't get away. I'd like for him not to be the last Mando or the mother being the last Mando either, and the last of the two of these sets. We don't know if there's any other conclaves out there in different pockets of the galaxy. No idea. IG was a fantastic character. I like that progression, that introduction, that setup, that payoff. Again, like I said, coming in back in full circle and to the closure of his arc, and the way that he helped Mandalorian, showing that he is just more than his programming. He can trust droids when they're, not when they're on his side. And that little bit that they had in the end of this episode, especially with him removing the helmet, is like, I'm not a living thing. And just seeing Pedro Pascal like emote, his face, his fear, his humor, all of that all in one moment. I love that, because I love him as an actor. He's fantastic. He carries all these emotions, and just like the little bit of emotion, even though IG like is talking about how he doesn't, he's not a living thing, but I don't know, he conveys some emotion as well. Cara Dune is a great character as well. I feel like there's a couple of times where she wasn't really given a whole lot to do. She was really there as, essentially just backup throughout a lot of this, but she had a strong presence. All of her moments were great. She was the more lighter character out of all of them as far as her attitude. She was a lot more loosey-goosey than our other characters. IG kind of being strict and dogmatic to his programming, the Mandalorian being strict and dogmatic to his culture, his creed, his code, to being so dogmatic to his code. And she's just, there just trying to survive and help and do the right thing, because that's just what I don't know. She's just a strong character, and I would love to have seen her do like more of her throughout the season, maybe grow that character a little bit more. I would love to know more of their backstory, because Gideon apparently knows who all of them are, real names, what they've done, their histories, and who is Gideon? Who is this Moff Gideon? I can't wait. I hope season 2 dives into that a lot more and fleshes some of that out. I hope off the success of this show, they get us more episodes. They get us maybe even longer episodes. I'm not that concerned about the length. I would really like, just because these episodes didn't feel padded. They were tight-knit, to the point stories, and I never felt like there needed to be more in any given episode. I never felt like there needed to be something cut out of any of these episodes. These episodes were self-contained enough to the point where they were just efficient storytelling, and so I'm not really going to dock any of these on their length. But I would love to see more of this. I would love to see this like give Disney some signs that this is the right direction to go with this, and give them some confidence and more backing for Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni going forward with this. I love this. I love this season. I love this show. I love everybody involved in this. We got some amazing directors in this as well. Taika Waititi knocking it out of the park as always, but that's to be expected. We got Deborah Chow's episodes. Both of her episodes in this season were fantastic, and she's going to be directing and show running all of the Kenobi series when that comes out on Disney Plus, and that has me super freaking excited for that. Rick Fumiyama was just amazing as well in his episodes. Everybody that handled an episode in this was just fantastic. Everybody. I loved it. I love everything about this show. I just can't wait for season 2. That's all I'm going to say. This is some Star Wars I am unabashedly behind. Fully. There's no doubt in my mind that I just love and want to support this. And I hope we get more stuff like this. I hope Star Wars thrives on Disney Plus. Hope Kenobi does fantastic. I hope we get some more things in this. And then we'll be getting the final season of Clone Wars coming in. Also kind of focusing on Mandalore. So we'll get some more of that. Maybe a little bit about, no, in that time frame, we wouldn't hear about the Great Purge, no. But definitely probably something that will set up into something later. And I can't wait for that. We got some great Star Wars coming out here on Disney Plus, and I think that's fantastic. I can't wait. This is great. I want to know your all's thoughts. What's your all's thoughts on the season? What's your thoughts on this episode? What is your thoughts on what might happen going into season 2? Let me know in the comments. I want to have this conversation with you guys down in the comments after the video so we can carry on that conversation. If you guys like this video and want to see more stuff like this as it comes forward, I'll be definitely covering any of the other Star Wars stuff that comes out when it hits the Disney Plus circuit. If you like this video, support the channel, guys. Support the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And that's it. That's all I've got for this. This is a little bit of a lengthy video, but if you're still here, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you all for hanging in and having these conversations and hearing me just rant and rave about this show. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys in the next video. May the Force be with you always. And remember, this is the way, and I have spoken. Rest in peace, Quill. Take care, everybody.